Hello, this is Unit 3 Learning Target 4, and for those of you that are watching this video, you're doing it for the purpose of the retake that we're going to take this week. Hopefully this video is a nice preparation for you as you're looking forward to retaking your test and improving your grade. Learning Target 4 for Unit 3 was students can explain the difference between rural and urban characteristics. This was a major topic in Chapter 5 as we talked about when I introduced it. I talked about a first grade story that I had talking about the country mouse and the city mouse, and that's exactly the difference between rural and urban. Rural would be the country mouse, and in the rural areas you have farming as a major economic activity. There's a lot of space between people. There's a lot less traffic, not as many roads. That's something that would take place in rural areas. Urban is just the opposite, and that is the city mouse. So in urban areas, you have a lot of different economic activities that are common to cities, such as trade and manufacturing, and there's a lot of traffic in this region. There's a lot of big, tall buildings. An example of a major urban area would be Cincinnati, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, whereas an example of a rural area, again, would be Grant County. Lots of places out west that are nowhere near cities. In the desert or in the mountains, basically places that lie outside the ecumene where human settlement is not permanent. Those are generally rural areas. However, you can have people in rural areas, for example, where we are. There's people here, but we're a lot further spaced out than most places. So this particular learning target is kind of short and sweet. You just need to be able to describe several aspects of how life is different in rural areas from an urban area. What characteristics would you see in driving on the road? There would not be many stoplights in rural areas. If you saw a stoplight, that would be a sign that it's a suburb or along the urban fringe. Rural areas, you'd see barns and silos and farms and things of that nature, and in urban areas you'd see skyscrapers, a lot of different interstates, lots of different roads, businesses and factories and such. So those are some aspects that you'd see. Other things you might would notice in an urban area is things are more expensive because space is limited. It's a lot more valuable, and so things cost more usually in the city than they do in the country. So that's something to kind of keep note of as you're preparing for this particular learning target. Just basically go back through your definitions, the difference between rural and urban, and think about all of those different examples. Hopefully this prepares you for your retake test on Wednesday. Good luck.